Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. Hey, it says what? Thanks for stopping by my channel. I have a little story time video for you if you're interested. So I've been living in this condo for about 25 years and I can't remember the power ever going out. In our little neighborhood, the power lines are all buried. So sometimes the lights have flickered in severe thunderstorms or snowstorms, but the power, like I said, I can't remember it going out until this month. So far in June, it's gone out twice, and both times for a pretty extended time. And you know, all was well when the power came back on. Everything came back on and was fine except my refrigerator both times. The first time the power was out for probably 4 or 5 hours, and went out in the morning, came back on around 11 or 12, and I noticed that the refrigerator wasn't making any noise, and I started Googling what to do, and they said to throw the breaker switch, like, okay, and to unplug it for 10 minutes or so and plug it back in so it will reset itself. So I did that about, 100 times, seemed like, and I finally gave up around 5 p.m. and called a repair shop. This was on a Wednesday, and they said they couldn't come out until Friday. So I said that was like, what am I going to do? I have no choice. And the funny thing is I hung up from making that appointment. I walked back out into the kitchen and the refrigerator was on. So it stayed on throughout the rest of the night. So I canceled my appointment the next day, and I ended up throwing out the food that, except for like some fresh fruit and vegetables. I just had a few frozen things in the freezer that I had to throw away. But, whatever. I think I had been doing a video and I mentioned that I was bummed out about my refrigerator. But anyway, then this week the power went out again, and it wasn't out for as long of a time, but I noticed right away that my refrigerator didn't come back on. So I did the whole deal again, throwing the breaker switch and unplugging it, plugging it back in. I did that multiple times. The power had gone out around 7:30 in the morning, came back on around 10. And I fooled around with that refrigerator for until about 5 o'clock, or right before the repair shop that I had called before, right before they were about ready to close. I got a hold of them. This was on a Tuesday, and they couldn't come out until Friday. So, made the appointment again. And I still kept unplugging it, plugging it back in. I think I threw the breaker switch one more time. And then, later that evening I went to bed, and I woke up really early the next day. It was around 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and wouldn't you know it, the refrigerator is back on. it had frozen some water that I had put in the freezer, so I knew it was freezing. But since it had been out for so long, I forgot to say, later that night before I went to bed, I called another repair service that had 24-hour service, and I made an appointment for Thursday morning with this other company, first thing in the morning. So now here it's Thursday morning, my refrigerator has magically come back to life, but the water and ice on the door didn't work, and it was also too late to cancel the appointment. So, you know, the guy came and I explained to him everything I just told you, and he looked at the door and figured out in like 3.2 seconds that the door lock was on, and he held down that light for 3 seconds, and then it reset the panel, and the water dispenser works now. So you know, everything's working again. Oh, he also recommended that I get a refrigerator surge protector, so I bought one today. But I'm kind of afraid to unplug my refrigerator and put this surge protector in. I went out and got some groceries today, and I bought a few frozen vegetables and things like that. If this dang refrigerator doesn't come back on after I unplug it, I'm gonna lose all of that stuff. You know, I've already thrown out all of this stuff twice already this month. So anyway, you're probably wondering, it's back working. Why are you so bummed? And I'm bummed at how I reacted to all of this. You know, when the Google machine told me to go throw the breaker, you know, I vaguely remembered where the breaker box was, and I found it. Yay me. And luckily it was all labeled exactly which one was the refrigerator, so I found that fine, but it completely stressed me out. You know, I felt like I should have known what to do better. I should have handled it better. Why couldn't I figure out, like the guy did so quickly, that the door thing was just locked or whatever? So that part really bummed me out. And oh yeah, let me know. You think it would be okay if I unplug it and put this on? Or I'm thinking I will wait until I don't have as much stuff in my freezer, and then I'll do this. Or should I wait for the power to go out again before I put this on? I don't know. But that's my story time. Thanks for listening. Take care, everyone.